Welcome to the Fit Like Krys Podcast. Today, you're just getting me. You're welcome. And I want to talk to you today about procrastination. And a lot of your ears just perked up because you're like, oh, help me. I procrastinate everything. And I know what that's like, especially when you work from home. Ooh, procrastination and distraction are real. But today in this episode, I want to talk about procrastination as it pertains to your purpose. So many P's. Procrastination as it pertains to your purpose. And I thought of this because there are so many things that I've started and not finished. There are so many ideas that I've had that have never come to fruition. In fact, I have a document in my Google Drive and a whole folder called like big ideas, and it's full of things. And I remember when I first started creating it, I had a sense of stress about it because it was almost like a reminder of all the things I wasn't doing. And I had to switch my approach a bit. My phone just did a weird alert, and it was Substack. I feel like I've never heard that noise before. That was cute. I had to change my approach a bit so that it felt like I want to write it down so I don't forget, but I'm not putting pressure on myself for my purpose. So today I want to talk to you because it's a fine line. Right? There is a fine line between procrastination and not putting enough pressure on yourself or putting too much pressure on yourself. Like you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself, but at the same time, you don't want to procrastinate. So what does that look like? So we're going to break it down today. But first, I want to start with, so let me just restate. Today, I'm going to give you some tools so that you can stop procrastinating your purpose. And if the first thought in your head was, I don't know what my purpose is, well, let me just give you a super simple definition of purpose. Purpose is the reason something exists. And so when it comes to humans, like the purpose of a knife is to cut something or someone, however you decide to use it. The purpose of a knife is to cut. The purpose, your purpose, it's not so black and white because humans were alive and we change regularly. So your purpose is not one thing. So if you're someone who's said, I don't know what my purpose is, or I don't have a purpose, or I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, let me tell you that your purpose changes over and over. There could be something that, and you could have many purposes. You can be you could be a Swiss Army knife when it comes to purpose. Purpose is not like this is the one thing that you're supposed to do. And if you're not doing it, your life is not worth anything. Purpose is so much, it's alive. It's a living, breathing thing, and it can change from yesterday to today, which is a big reason why a lot of people procrastinate, because they'll think of something that they really want to do or are really passionate about or have this like great idea. And then regular life will kind of step in and pull all our energy, and it just becomes sort of an afterthought instead of we put it on simmer instead of it being on the front burner on high, and that is, if it's something that you really want to do. I mean, that's procrastination at its finest, when you have something that's just so deeply in your heart, in your soul, and you really want to create it, do it, make it, go there, say it, dream it, whatever it is, but you just continue to let your day-to-day life dominate that space. So how do you stop procrastinating your purpose? So step one, I'm going to give you 4 steps. How's that sound? Good? Get a pen and a paper, press pause. If you're driving, you can always come back to this and listen to it later. So don't worry. Number 1, Going back to the definition, you can have many, right? So, number one, what I want you to do today is write down something or take something off of simmer. So there is something in your life that, and I'll give you an example for me. I'm a poet and I talk about it. I feel like here and there. I talk about it here and there. But for me, it even feels often enough that I talk about it every year and I still like don't do anything about it. I write poetry from time to time in my phone. I used to post it on Instagram. I used to post it on social media. But I stopped doing that. I really want to do that. I really want to publish a book of poems. I want to publish a spoken word audio book. Like I have this thing and it's always on simmer. Like I never make it a priority. However, that's okay. There's a time and a place for everything. So instead of making myself feel bad about it, it's on my list of things that I want to dedicate time and effort to, but it's not going to be in this season and that's okay. So you can if you have one thing, then maybe that's what you're taking off of simmer. But if you have many things that are sort of rolling around in your mind that you may or may not want to do, um, let's choose one thing today. So taking one thing off of simmer. For me, another one of my things was dance. So I've been I love dancing. I love music and I've been really wanting to take dance classes regularly. And a couple years ago, I took a couple salsa classes, but then I just kind of let it go. So that's one of the things I'm taking off of simmer because it makes me happy. And that the purpose for me right now in this season is to be happy and to feel happiness. So I'm taking that off of simmer and I'm putting it on the front burner and it's becoming a part of my main priority list. Okay, so number one, what I want you to do is pick something that can fit in your life now, that it will be a challenge, right? Like we're busy and we have all these other things to do. It will be a challenge, but it's not totally impossible. And it would feel like you're doing something that like you're meant to do or that you're really drawn to do. Like purpose doesn't necessarily, there are so many definitions of it, but for me, it's just if purpose is the reason for which something exists, as a human, isn't the main purpose to live? So it doesn't always have to be to create and to do and to produce. It can be just to live. So think about what you can take off of simmer. And then number two, you're going to schedule dedicated time. Schedule dedicated time. So for me, I would love to do 3 dance classes a week. That's not reasonable for me. So I'm going to do one. I'm going to prioritize one dance class a week and that makes sense for my life and it makes sense for this season of my life. And it's probably like a 4-hour total by the time I like get ready. I got to get there, take the dance class, get home. So don't just don't just schedule out the time that you're doing the thing. Schedule if there's any prep or travel or anything that's associated with it. Make sure you schedule dedicated time for this thing, or else guess what you're not going to do? That thing, right? If you're taking it off of simmer and you're turning up the heat, that means you need to pay attention to it. When you turn up the heat on the stove, you can't walk away for too long. So what I'm asking you to do today is take something off of simmer, turn the heat up, and pay attention to it. Give it attention and watch it come to a boil. Watch it cook. Watch it start to create something in your life. All right, number 3, if you're a visual person, a vision board. And a vision board, you don't have to go spend, okay, let me just pause here. Last time I went to go purchase magazines, I was appalled by how expensive magazines are. I was like, I think I bought like 4 magazines and it was like $60. And I was like, where am I? And magazines should probably even be extinct. Okay. But the fact that they're still here, like, I feel like I should be getting a discount because I'm supporting this thing that's not even, but maybe that's why they're so expensive because nobody buys them anymore. Anyway, Don't go buy a bunch of magazines. All right. A vision board, you can use stuff that's in your home. You could draw, you can write big words, you can print stuff out, from online. Um, but it can be super simple. Don't overthink it. If you're really like wanting to get back into your art, whatever your art is, you can like put on your vision board something that you've created in the past, or if you can visualize what that would look like. It's different than a goal vision board. Like a purpose vision board is a reminder. It's a reminder of who you are and what you want and why it's a priority. Your purpose has to be your purpose has to be your priority. Or you're going to just procrastinate and it'll be on the back burner. So it again, and your purpose can be multi-dimensional. It doesn't have to be one thing, but it has to have some, there has to be some, what's the word? Like acceptable pressure. No impossible pressure here. I do not like putting impossible pressure on anybody or myself, because if your routine and if the things you're trying to do in life are causing you stress, it's the opposite of really what you're trying to do, right? We want to love, we want to create, we want to be happy. At least I think I'm speaking for everybody. I hope I can speak for you, but right? You want to be happy. You want to feel fulfilled. You want to feel comfortable. You want to feel joyful. You want to feel like you have a purpose. So if you want to feel that way, don't you think there has to be effort put behind it? Right? It's not just something that just happens. Your purpose is not something that this could happen, but it's not something that you just have a dream about and you wake up and you're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And you dedicate the rest of your life to it. And that's your purpose. A lot of people say to me, like, you're really doing what you're supposed to do. I'm like, I guess so. I could do what I'm doing now anywhere. Like I could do what I'm doing now in Nordstrom, connecting to people, making people laugh, making things fun, turning dresses, trying on dresses, turning that from, a nightmare for some people to something that's a really positive experience. It's what I do with fitness. I take something that's a lot of people are not looking forward to and making it fun and making it approachable and making it doable. Right? You don't have to work out for an hour every day. You can work out for 15 minutes, and that's cool. And if you don't have time to work out, guess what? There's so many other things that you can do to take care of yourself. So your purpose is, let's go back to number one. Pick something. Right? Pick something. And you probably, maybe it was, and if you're like, I don't know, I just, maybe your purpose is to find something that feels like it creates like you're living. Like what can you take off of Simmer that will help you to feel like you're living? Our purpose as humans is to live, to be on a very basic level. So what can you do? If you're one of those people that like, oh, I don't know. Some of you have a million ideas like me. I have like a million things that I want to do in my life. And that I am doing. But I practice being intentional about what I'm doing and when. And we can't do everything. And that's the beautiful thing about life is you can't do everything, but you definitely shouldn't do nothing. I don't know if that's a double negative and if that makes sense, but there's something very special inside of each person. And when you get to tap into that and you do something that truly lights you up from the inside out, that is such an amazing thing for the rest of the world to experience. That's what purpose lights up the world around you. When you are living your purpose, when you are making your purpose a priority, you are lighting up the world around you. So stop procrastinating something that you feel really deeply inside you and it keeps coming back. How do you know? How can you decide what your purpose is or what's something that you really want to do? Again, purpose changes. So when I say the word purpose, I'm not talking about one thing. So like right now, how can you determine and decide what your purpose is? Pause. Pause. Think about it. What's important to me right now? What would make me happy right now? What's something I'm lacking in my life right now? What would help me live? Like, take a quick inventory of where you are in your life. That's an unofficial, that could be the last point. That could be our last point of I said 4 steps, but I'll give you 5. So number 1, take something off simmer, turn the heat up and pay attention to it. Number 2, schedule dedicated time. Number 3, put it up somewhere, make a vision board, write it down, write a journal entry, but put it up where you can see it, or keep your journal, like make it in your line of sight. Put it in your line of sight. Number 4, make it a priority, not an afterthought. It has to be a priority. And number 5, reflect regularly. Think about, what do I want? Why do I even want to do this? Does this make sense for my life right now? This is a really good question just for your whole life and every aspect of your life, your career, your relationship. So many people stay where they are because they're scared to go to anywhere else. And they stay where they are in a place that they don't, you're staying in a place that you don't even want to be. I know so many people who are staying at a job they hate. They're in a relationship that they hate, but they're just there. I have a lot of my clients are women, and I have married women clients who have struggled in their marriage, and they're just like done, but they're still in it. Because the thought about leaving that marriage is just like, whoa. It's just like, what am I going to do if I don't know what to do? Same thing with a job. People that are in a job, they hate the security that brings and the comfort that brings, even though there's this, I don't want to be here. I know people that stay there, and there's a lot of reasons to stay. There are a lot of reasons to stay in a place in your life that you're comfortable with. There are a lot of reasons. I'm telling you, there are so many reasons to get out of those areas of life. And it's okay to not know. And it's okay to be unsure. And it's okay to change your mind. One of my favorite mantras is, you can change your mind anytime. You can change your mind anytime. I created that mantra when I was dating a lot at one point. And I was so hesitant to go out on these dates, period, first of all. And I would tell myself before I got there, like, if I walk in and I want to leave, or if at any point in the conversation, like, I'm not going to be polite and sit there to make someone else feel better when I'm the one that's struggling. So I can change my mind at any time. If you start to set out, if you take something off simmer and you start to work on it and it just feels off and not aligned with your life, and maybe it was something you thought you wanted to do, you don't have to finish it. You don't have to keep going. Nothing gets finished anyway. Like, we label when things get finished, but there's always more. There's always something to do. So you get to decide where your effort goes. You get to decide what you're paying attention to. So that last point, number 5, reflect regularly. Like, what are you paying attention to? And is there anything that means something for you in that list of things? What do you have on simmer? When I ask you that question, when I put that visual in your head, what is something that's just been on low for like 5 years? Something that you've wanted to do. Maybe you've tried to do it multiple times over and over and over again, but it's just on simmer. Are you scared to turn up the heat? What's going to happen? What's going to happen if you schedule dedicated time towards this thing that you feel in your heart that you want to do? What's going to happen? Why not? Why not take it off of simmer? Right? Otherwise, you're going to have a bucket list that you never taken anything out the bucket. How many of you have a bucket list that you've done one thing on that bucket list? And if you don't have a bucket list, maybe make one. Lists for a lot of people can create stress because, again, it's a reminder of what you're not doing. But that's why I'm saying pick one thing for this, exercise, and to stop procrastinating on your purpose, because your purpose, there's a lot of things. Just pick one thing right now that makes sense in this season. Schedule time for it. Make a vision board or write it out or put a reminder in your line of sights. Make it a priority, not an afterthought, and revisit regularly. Do I still like to do this? Do I want to change this? Stop procrastinating your purpose. Stop procrastinating living. You are not here to just like work and die. There's so much in between. Even for me, like meditation is such a beautiful part of my day because I'm choosing to do that. And it's like 5 to 10 minutes where I just really feel connected. I feel my purpose. I feel most alive. That's one of the times I feel most alive is when I'm meditating. Another one is when I'm dancing. And that's why I took that off of Simmer, because when I'm dancing, I feel most alive. So what makes you feel alive? Because when it comes to purpose, pull yourself out of these like career-oriented, making money purpose. What makes you feel alive? Because as a human, that is your purpose, to live. Thank you so much for listening to the Fit Like Krys podcast. We have a lot of amazing episodes coming up. I have some guests coming on. I think on this YouTube channel, I am going to start putting, or if you're listening to this on Spotify, you could also watch a podcast on YouTube. I am going to put together maybe some meditations and some like 1 or 2 minute like planks or something that you guys could just like listen to and follow along. I was thinking about that. That would be nice to have on YouTube so you don't have to log into anything. Anyway, my website is, if you're a new listener, thank you for tuning in. My website is fitlikkrys.com. It's FITLIKEKRYS.com. I have been in the wellness space for 12-ish years. I started my online wellness company, FLK Method, during COVID. And now this podcast, I use it just to share things that I need to hear also, and to share things that have helped me kind of get through and to grow. And so that's what you'll hear when you tune in. If this helped you in any way, give me a rating, a review, subscribe, share this podcast. Definitely hit subscribe on the YouTube. I want to put some more stuff on there other than podcasts. But for now, the Fit Like Krys podcast is on my YouTube channel and, of course, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you are not a member of FLK Method, I sure would love you to try it for a month. It's women only. We work out and build our routine and confidence at home. We do everything from home. And also, it's the only virtual platform where you feel so connected, you almost forget you're at home. You feel like you're in a studio. I can confidently say that. So I hope to see you if you're not a member in class. And thank you so much for tuning in. Fit Like Krys podcast. I'll see you next time.